Radio, brought to you each and every day live by Lindsay & Associates, with locations in Fayetteville, also 2 locations in Rogers. Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together. It's also brought to you by Locomotion. You can catch up with them just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall in Fayetteville. And lastly, Fun City. They can be caught up with at just off the 412 bypass in Springdale, Arkansas. If you don't catch us each and every day of our live stream from 1 to 2 on the Hill, go catch us on iHeartRadio. We podcast our top segment of each and every OTH Daily show on iHeartRadio in the evenings. And we want to continue on and get you guys set up for this kickoff that's taking place. Homecoming weekend, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Arkansas versus the Alabama Crimson Tide. And we thought we'd catch up with 247 Sports. OTIS KIRK. OTIS, welcome back to the Hill, my man.
Hey, man, how you doing this week?
Doing real good. I think you and I are doing a little bit better mentally today than what the Razorback football team on their way down to Tuscaloosa for a very daunting task tomorrow evening. I want to get your take on this, Otis. What concerns you most going into this football game, first question? And then also, too, what can Arkansas do that's going to that could give them its best chance to win in what would be considered a monumental upset tomorrow night?
Yeah, the best thing Arkansas can do is avoid turnovers on the offense, protect the quarterback, and maintain balance in the offense. If they do those 3 things, and I know it's a lot easier for me to say that than it is to do that. And on defense, not give up big plays. That's been, all those things really hurt them last week. They weren't balanced, they didn't protect the quarterback, and they had turnovers, obviously, a bunch of them. And then on defense, they gave up some big plays. So those are the 4 things right there that really bit them in the rear last Saturday at South Carolina. And but they've got to do those things to have any chance. And they've got to do them all, not one of them or 2 of them, but all 4 of those to have any chance at winning this game. And as I said, that's a lot easier said. I know the coaches go into the coaches and players have the intention of going into every game doing that. But as I said, it's easy to say that, but it's hard to do it. But that's what they've got to do to answer your question, to have a chance, even a chance at winning this game. They might even do those and still not win, but it would give them a good chance, you know.
Looking at this offensive line for Arkansas, it was quite evident, quite clear last weekend that, you know, there was a huge, I guess, malfunction on that side of the ball. You know, with Arkansas having so many issues on that side of the ball, how daunting is it for those 5 guys to be able to go up against a very pro-ready or a number of future pros with Alabama? Josh Frazier, former guy from Springdale, Arkansas, being one of them.
Right.
How concerned is Coach Bielema and the offensive staff about that position, being able to get a push and also protect either Austin or Cole, whichever one is named the starting quarterback tomorrow?
Yeah, it's got to be a concern. I mean, the tackles, you know, the 2 guards in the center have not done terrible. I'm talking about when Gibson was at guard and Prohold's the other one, and Ragnow at center. Ragnow has really played well. Prohold's not played bad. I hear people criticize him. I don't know what he gives a player to, but Prohold's played good enough ball to win the game.
Right.
Johnny Gibson, right guard, I mean, hey, you can live with that, but the tackles have been it's not been something you can live with, and that's where a lot of that's coming from. And I know Austin holds the ball too long at times, but let's be honest. I mean, yeah, he does maybe a couple times, but he's getting hit. It's not just the sacks. He's getting hit all the time. Right. And part of that is just the fact that those tackles are not doing a good job protecting him. And you know, I know they don't come out and say the tackles this, but look, I mean, that's been a thorn in Arkansas' side all year.
We've heard Coach Bielema on Monday at his weekly press conference. Also, heard Austin Allen Tuesday night when the offensive side of the ball is made available to the media. And then also, Coach B came back on Wednesday night with the defensive side of the ball and gave us an update of Austin. If you're that staff offensively, you know, because I'm of the belief Austin is not even 80%. You know, if Austin's able to go, do you play Austin, or is it a situation, Otis, where you bring in the true redshirt freshman Cole Kelly and start to prepare yourself and give him just a little taste of what maybe being the starting quarterback going forward is going to be like? And what better way than, you know, the best environment you possibly could, with that being Alabama. Is that something you do, or go with Austin if he's available?
Well, personally, I would probably sit Austin this week regardless. I mean, I don't believe that you can heal from a shoulder injury completely in a week. And if you get in there, I know that sometimes an injury like that, you feel better. You actually feel pretty good. But the first time you hit that part, that area, first time you hit the ground turf with that part of the shoulder, it starts all over again. If you give it more time to heal and not get hit for another week, I think that's best served. I would start Cole Kelly if it were me, and that's what I would do, because I just want Austin has taken a beating for, let's be honest, for 13 games last year and 5 this year. That's 18 games. He's taken a beating. Right. Why not just let him sit this week? That Cole start, and to me, people say, well, no, Cole needs to start. He's the future. It's not so much that. I just want to see Austin get healed up. I mean, I still think Austin's your man at quarterback, but let's get him healed up and see how it goes from there. Because I just don't think you could heal fully in a week. I mean, you're not going to heal completely, period. But I mean, I don't think you can. I just fear that first time he gets hit on the turf and thrown to the ground on that shoulder, it's going to start again, and it can be something that nags you all season, and therefore you don't have him all year. You don't really want to get into that situation. So I think just rest him this week and go from there.
Hey, Otis, as always, love your insight, man. Look forward to talking to you next week, as we'll bring you back this time next Friday on A&M. We'll get everyone ready for their home game versus yet another tough SEC West foe, the Auburn Tigers, make their way to Fayetteville. But as always, my man, have a blessed one, and thanks for taking time out on OTH.
Thanks for having me on here, Pat. Talk to you later, man.
That was Otis Kirk of 247 Sports. Covers all Arkansas recruiting and has been a long time media member here in Arkansas media, covering the Razorbacks. And now you know what time it is. We look forward to this every week. And it's a new segment my producer, Demetrius Johnson, came up with. We'll get the music ready, and then we're going to fire it up, and we're going to do the Get Left or Get Right picks in the SEC for the week. As soon as we get everything organized. Drum roll, please. About ready, my man? All right. Here we go. First game. Auburn travels to Baton Rouge to take on the LSU Tigers. Who you got?
I'm going Auburn.
I'm taking Auburn as well. I think Auburn's going to go get a road win. A lot of momentum. They're getting healthy. Quarterback's looking good. Stidham looking like he belongs in the SEC. We're going to go with Auburn. I'm going to go with Auburn as well. Next up, Florida hosts Texas A&M Aggies in the Swamp. Who you got?
I think Texas A&M bounces back and they go right, and they get back on the right track and get another win for Kevin Sumner.
I'm going to go A&M get right, Florida gets left. They're a little bit disturbed in the Swamp, but that football team down at A&M continue to rally around their coach. Next game, Georgia versus the lowly Missouri Tigers. What you got, D?
I'm going Georgia Bulldogs. They're really on the hot streak. They're really starting to see a lot of continuity amongst their team and really have their eyes set on Atlanta.
I got Georgia as well, playing good football. Seems to be the team collision course between them and Alabama here in a few weeks as they just continue to take care of business each ball club. Next up, Ole Miss takes on Vanderbilt. Who you got?
I'm going to go Vanderbilt. That was my team in the East for the offseason. I really was hoping they were going to turn the page, and they need to give me an upset win. So I'm going to go Vanderbilt.
We got BYU taking on Mississippi State. What you got?
You didn't give me your pick for Vanderbilt?
Oh, I'm going Vandy. I think Ralph Webb has one of his better games. I think they start to make a statement and start playing for a bowl game. I think they're really a good football team. Just played 3 really good programs, particularly 2 I know in Alabama and Georgia, and things just didn't work out against Florida. But I'm going to go Vanderbilt. Mississippi State, BYU. Who you got?
I'm going Mississippi State. I think LSU showed them that BYU isn't as competitive we thought they were going to be at the beginning of the year. And I think Mississippi State's going to go in there and take care of business.
I'm going Mississippi State. Now the second to last, get left, get right. South Carolina takes on the Tennessee Volunteers. Who's going left? Who's going right?
I got South Carolina. You know, I've always had question marks down there about Bush Jones down there at Tennessee, so I'm definitely going to have to go South Carolina. They were my dark horse out of the East this year.
I'm going South Carolina as well. A lot of things are going on inside the Tennessee program, and I think Butch Jones is getting closer and closer to packing it up in Knoxville. Lastly, Arkansas, Alabama, homecoming, 6:15, Bryant-Denny Stadium. Who's getting left and who's getting right?
Keep your music playing.
I'm going to have to say, definitely going to have to say.
Real quick, D. Give me your offensive player and defensive player that you're going to be watching in tomorrow night's game.
I'm going to have to say Brandon Martin. I'm really still expecting that guy to come out and have a big game that a lot of people are going to be surprised about. I think that's an offensive player that can really physically take on the task of playing an Alabama team. So I'm going to have to go on Brandon Martin. And on defense, I'm going to have to go Sosa again. You know, he really hasn't had that standout game for me yet. So I'm really looking to see how he fares against NFL prospects, knowing that's his end goal at the end of the day, knowing how he fares against these NFL prospects from Alabama's defensive offensive line.
I'm going Alabama, and I'm also going to say my offensive player, Jordan Jones, defensive player. I'm going to go with Cameron Curl. I think they're going to pick on the true freshman and just see if he's up to standard versus all those great with Jerry Jeudy and Calvin Ridley and the like. That Foster, the lot, just bevy of wide receivers. So I'll go with them. We're going to wrap it up. That's going to end it for today. We want to give a big thank you to Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama for talking Bama. Derek Oxford from Mascot Media. He came on and gave us Hog Talk, as well as OTIS KIRK of 247 Sports. He too talked Hogs with us. Want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Lindsay and Associates, with locations in Fayetteville, also two in Rogers. Lindsay and Associates, we bring great neighbors together. Locomotion, you can catch up with them just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall in Fayetteville. And lastly, Fun City, you catch them each and every day off the 412 bypass in Springdale. And always, if you don't catch us here on the Hill live stream, you can catch us on iHeartRadio as we podcast each and every evening, the top segment of OTH. That's going to wrap it up. You guys enjoy the game tomorrow. We'll be back on our abbreviated coaches show Monday and hear what Coach Bielema, Coach Enos, and Coach Rhodes all had to say. It's on the Hill with Pat Jenkins. You guys have a blessed one.